friends. How are you doing today? I wanted to come on here and do a brief video review of the stress relief method by Halagera. So what I thought of the stress relief method is, being a fellow psychologist, I have my master's in psychology as well, I really appreciated how she broke down the different types of stress, that there is good stress and bad stress, and that we have different stressors that affect us. So sometimes it is more episodic every now and again. Other times it's more chronic, so reoccurring, and then also acute, so just happening every once in a while. I really enjoyed this book. I love the relief method in general. I love how it's broken down. And I really appreciate that she shares her personal story to know that there is hope, that she's not just kind of explaining this method and has no idea or no practical application of it working, but actually can testify and say that she knows that the method works because she's used it herself. I am also a huge fan of practical application, so I really appreciated that for each section of each part of the relief method, she added kind of a practical application worksheet, as well as opportunities and resources to go ahead and take questionnaires to evaluate your stress level or things like that. I'd have to say, though, my absolute favorite part of the book is the last, where it talks about finding freedom. I resonate so much with being hyper aware. I myself grew up in a alcoholic and abusive household, so there's a lot of things that I am hyper aware of and sensitive to. And I just found so much comfort in the last step where she talks about finding freedom, because just because a stressor or an event happened one way before does not mean that it is going to happen that way again. And to know that you actually have control and you can determine to respond in a way that is proactive, in a way that is beneficial to your mental, your emotional, your physical well-being, I think is crucial. I walked away from reading this book, just feeling like life is, 95% of what happens to you, or 95% of how you respond to what happens to you, and 5% of actually what happens to you. So I just feel so empowered, and I feel so inspired and encouraged that there are so many things that we face each and every day that are beyond our control. But to have the tools that are laid out here to help combat stress and tackle our stress is just invaluable. I also really appreciate that it's one of those things where I personally know people who are very affected by stress and have had that compounding fight or flight response that she talks about, where their body is just in this state of hyper activation and awareness to where they are experiencing the headaches and the stomach aches and the other issues as well. And to just know that these people can also benefit from the book, because you just start chipping slowly, one step at a time through the relief method. It's not going to happen all at once, and it's not going to be gone, and it's going to take practice. But I really appreciate how Chu just encourage you, and she just steps with you through each of the steps throughout the whole way. Knowing that you might evaluate your stress at one level before you begin the book, and then of course evaluating it after, and seeing a huge difference there. There's so much power and so much hope and so much excitement to be able to let stress not affect you negatively. I personally can think of so many people that will benefit from this book, and you better bet your bottom dollar, yes, I just said that, that I will be getting it for them. So thank you for taking the time to listen to my review, and I do hope you'll check out the book, because it's very helpful, very beneficial, very easy to read, and I'm ready to tackle whatever comes my way. Take care.